to belong. You're standing all alone, for someone to guide you on your way. Now and forever, it's a beautiful life. Oh, oh, it's a beautiful life. Oh, oh, it's a beautiful life. Oh, oh, I just wanna be anybody. way, my way, your way. No way, my way, your way. Take me to the place where the river runs wild. To the place, a place with fruit of life. This place in my dreams, this place is in my head all day. River runs wild. No way, take me to the place where the grass is green all year. To the place where the bees never sting. This place in my dreams, this place is in my head all day, where the grass is green all year. Of liberty. This place in my dreams, this place is in my head all day, where there's no conformity. This place in my dreams, this place is in my head all day, where there's no conformity. Is playing all day. To the place where we sit next to God. uzongithola ngihlome emlanje, uzongithola ngihlome emlanje ngisokala, uzongithola ngihlome emlanje, uzongithola ngihlome emlanje ngisokala. Yadlula iminyaka ngingakuboni, yo yo yo, yadlula iminyaka ngingakuboni sokala. Hayi hayi hayi, yadlula iminyaka ngingakuboni, yo yo yo, yadlula iminyaka ngingakuboni sokala. Uzongithola ngihlome emlanje, uzongithola ngihlome emlanje ngisokala, uzongithola ngihlome emlanje, uzongithola ngihlome emlanje ngisokala.
Oh manje sithanda sami ngizokuthola kuphi, oh manje sithanda sami ngizokuthola kuphi, oh manje sithanda sami ngizokuthola kuphi, oh manje sithanda sami ngizokuthola kuphi.
I will meet you at the river, I will meet you at the river. Uzongithola ngihlome emlanje ngisithanda sami. I will meet you at the river, I will meet you at the river. Uzongithola ngihlome emlanje ngisithanda sami. Uzongithola ngihlome emlanje, uzongithola ngihlome emlanje ngisokala. I will meet you at the river, I will meet you at the river. Uzongithola ngihlome emlanje ngisithanda sami. I will meet you at the river, I will meet you at the river. Uzongithola ngihlome emlanje ngisithanda sami.
Nalapa ungafinyeleli khona, udlulisela yes nalo mculo wethu nalabo ungafinyeleli khona ukhoze emoyeni ukhoze mfise emoyeni emoyeni ukhoze mfise emoyeni 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 emoyeni utshelwa mina wethu ngendlamleze entobheni ngendlamleze funa senzisweni uphendi wazimningi umflathazi imncisho umathambe endleko zabalala emva kwendleko omkhulu bathe mabekubuza ukuthi indaba ekaba nosuthi nandaba zabantu kanti oncenga umlaza kodwa mna ngithi yizika emoyeni ukhoze mbize emoyeni ukhoze emoyeni ukhoze mbize emoyeni emoyeni ukhoze mbize emoyeni.
Sebatsabasingeni masicabene Kodwa masithandana bangenashi Sebatsabasingeni masicabene Kodwa masithandana bangenashi
Good evening and welcome to Money Mondays with me, Ezekiel Olande. This Monday, I know it's a bit chilly, but hopefully the conversations we're going to have are going to jazz it up for you, Kidogo. Today we are discussing volunteering with impact, youth, purpose, and possibility. And with me here is Stella Kidera. Stella, I want you to, that's your camera over there, I want you to look at the camera, tell the people why you're sitting here today, who you are, what do you do, and just a bit about yourself, then we can get into the conversation. Karibu.
All right. Thank you very much, Victor. My name is Stella Kidera. I consider myself a humanitarian at heart. So this means that my main aim in this life is to contribute positively to society, but by helping to improve the quality of lives of people in whatever capacity. I know when I say that it sounds like it is very broad, but that's just what I want to do. Like I just want to help, you know. This is what makes me happy. This is what fills me with joy every single day when I wake up in the morning and I'm like, oh my God, I am just helping someone to be better. I am helping to contribute positively to someone's life. That's what, you know, that's what fills me up with a lot of joy. I currently work at Co-Africa as a conference coordinator. So Co-Africa is an organization that works in community development. And what Co-Africa basically does is that it uses the youth. So it is youth-driven, community-led development, whereby the youth of Africa, so we are in 10 African countries, so the youth in Africa.
You'll break that down for us.
Yes, I'll break that down for you at some point. So that's what we do, and through volunteering. So what that means is that we're giving of ourselves to really sit and to improve and help develop our own communities by contributing positively to mindset change. So what we want to do is that we want to really empower our communities to really believe that we have the capacity to really solve our problems, that we have somewhere where we can start. And our models are asset-based community development and human-centered design and community-led development. You will hear me say these words a lot of times.
Shikilia hapo kwa sasa. And I want us to now just have this conversation, you know, with you, and just to get to, first of all, to know a little bit about Stella and who you are when you're not Co-African, and you know, maybe you can tell us what you like to do, you know, outside of work, your hobbies, your favorite things. If there's a book that you've been reading that has changed your life in a way that you believe that can change the lives of the people who are listening, please, this is the time for you to do that.
So Stella is a lover of people. So I like being around people. I'm a social butterfly. I like hanging out with my friends. I like watching movies. I am always in church. So I do a lot of volunteering in church. I'm a born again Christian. So that's what I really do. And hanging out with my family. Most of my hobbies revolve around people. So in any space where you get me with people where I can be able to do something, that's what I love doing the most. I also love reading books, and I love watching movies, and also doing a lot of things around just what we're doing here. Cameras. So I volunteer at my local church in the media ministry, where it's just as a camera operator and a videographer. So that's what.
So this is your familiar territory.
Yeah, we can say that. Yeah. So that's just what I do in a nutshell. But right now I'm in my introvert era. So I'm in the house a lot of the times.
What like, you know, I don't understand. But anyway, we will get to that another time. So you're probably an ambivert. Because if you're a social butterfly, then you're telling me you're in your introvert era. In Amanisha, you have. Do extroverts ever have a down moment? Or and by down, I don't mean that you're down.
I get it.
You're just chilled. You're just in the house. Sangapi.
Yeah, we actually do.
Crawling off the walls and just looking for things to do.
So we actually do, and that's contrary to a lot of what is out there. You know, it's a popular misconception that for extroverts that we are always on 24/7. You know, we don't have these moments where we want to have downtime. We want to be by ourselves. Yeah, there's an off switch. Trust me. And sometimes you need it. You really need it. You need to have those moments where you are alone and you get to enjoy your own company. You know, just because we like being around people, and that's what really fills up. It does not not really mean that we also don't cherish the moments where we are alone. So it's a healthy balance.
Yeah.
It's a healthy balance.
Okay. Good stuff. And for those of you who are just joining us, this is Money Mondays over here on Icon Radio with myself, Ezekiel Olande, and my wonderful guest, Stella Kidera, who is from Core Africa. Stella, you did not tell us what you do at Core Africa.
Yes, thank you. So currently, first of all, I have a journey with Core Africa.
Okay.
So I am a Core Africa alumna.
Okay.
So this means that I was in the program, I was a volunteer previously, and now I currently work as a conference coordinator.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good stuff. Sasa nataka uniangalie huku ndio tuendelee na hii conversation.
All right.
Just as we start our conversation, talk about the power of volunteerism. I would like to understand what drew you personally, because you say you're an alum. Is it alumna? A girl, it's alumna, is it? Grammar Nazi, please forgive me. Anyway, as an alum of Core Africa, what drew you to it, and how has it shaped your worldview? When
I say literally right now, my whole worldview, the way I look at things and who I am right now, I can largely credit it to really what I did in Core Africa as a volunteer.
Okay.
So just like my journey and what I can say concerning. So before that, just like any other person, so I went through the system like we are told. So when we grow up, what are we told as all children, especially coming from like our African backgrounds? We are told, be good at school, do what you need to do, keep your grades up, be disciplined, go through the process, finish your primary, do well, and secondary,
then get a good job.
Then again, after you're done, you're actually told doors will open. Don't worry, once you do that, it's like a cheat code.
Yeah.
You know,
people will be lining up just waiting for you as you're getting your diploma. You're being told, will you sign up with us?
That's the thing.
And then ground.
Oh my God, ground vitu ni different.
And
different. For me, I really experienced it. For someone who, for a very long time, my identity was really in how good I was at school.
Right.
In my education, in the things that I was doing, and all the things that I was doing to really make sure that I have honed my skill and that I am marketable, So after I finished school, I graduated in 2021 from the University of Nairobi.
Can we breathe?
Yes.
Shout out.
Shout out to all the comrades out there. So once I graduated and now I went into the job market, let me tell you something. Reality hit me like a ton of bricks. I think I was in disbelief. I was heartbroken. I just couldn't understand. I was like, how comes the system is intentionally rigged against me? Like you guys said all these things, and now I am done. I am knocking countless doors, and what are you telling me? There's another step. I need work experience. How am I supposed to get work experience?
You have jumped from uni and into the job market. But here you are being asked,
work
what
experience.
Are you bringing on the table?
That's the thing. And all along, what was I told? Just be good at school and do this.
Get the grades,
so
get the grades, get the
so
grades.
You're like, so there's another side to this equation. And the worst part is that everyone is asking you for experience. But where am I supposed to get it? If all of you guys, give it to me. If every single place I go, they tell me 2 years experience, 3 years experience, I'm like,
from where?
How do I start? How do I navigate? So that's where I was, and it was a very tough season in my life. I think a lot of people don't really talk about the job hunting process, especially when you're not privileged to really get to a point where you get that job. You know,
or you don't have someone to kukushikilia.
Kukushikilia the connections.
I once heard that nowadays it's not technical know how, it's technical know who.
Exactly.
So ni nani anaenda kukufungulia milango and all those things.
And that's the thing. And the reality is you get to see that with everyone that you know, people in your circle, people acquaintances, people you are at in school. So you find people who, the moment that they even got jobs done before you guys graduated. So you can imagine. So after going through that process, and I found it was very difficult for me. Literally, I say looking for a job is a full-time job.
It is. I was actually going to, and go. After you, I was going to say it is. You literally work at getting work.
That's the thing. That's the thing, and it takes a lot. And the thing I've also realized is that that's where also our education system is failing us.
Absolutely.
It's not really preparing us. You're just told be good at your grades. That's not enough.
Ministry of Education, if you're watching, we need job-ready education system. Like it actually not job market ready. Give us the skills that prepare us when we land like this. We already marketable.
And also a lot of capacity building as well.
Absolutely.
We need to do that. It's not really enough for you to just sit and say, you know what, I can do this, this and that. It's not really enough. So that's what I really realized. So after like looking for jobs, and this is what I tell people, you wouldn't believe it. This is the way people even get like interviews. I stayed for like 1.5 years without even getting a single interview.
Wow.
Sending countless applications. You wake up, you go on LinkedIn, again, apply for countless of jobs.
I normally say LinkedIn is a very toxic place because when you're on this other side, when you're searching,
I'm telling you,
everyone is just celebrating. I just got this. I have just started this. I have just done this.
That's the thing, and everyone is giving these thought-provoking pieces and all these things, and you're like, my God, you know, what am I not doing that is right? So I remember I actually stopped. I told you I am like a believer, I'm a fan builder. So I remember there's a day I went to church and I told God, I said, if what you say concerning you is true, I don't know, I'm believing that you will just, this job, you'll find a way to make it land on my laps. I'm tired, I'm not doing it anymore. And after that, I think all of us who are like really born and bred in the church, I became a full-time volunteer in church. I was like, you know what, I'm going to have fun with this. And for me, luckily, I didn't really have, I know other people have a different experience, but for me, my mom and my parent, like, she didn't give me that pressure, you know, for like, you really need to figure that out. And for me, I'm really grateful because also in the situation where I was at, it didn't force me. I know some people don't have the same. It's your parents who are actually waiting for you to really sit and to help them and to really pave the way. Like when unakaa unangojea kutoa familia kwa block, you know, like when you're the key, all the hopes are on you. People invested a lot on you, and you find people like those. Oh, God bless them. I can't even imagine having that pressure on your back. So for me, at least, I really got, because like my mom really understands, and at least she's at least able to still take care of us during that time. So it was not really a season where like I needed to take care of anything. So at least I had that breather to still exist. Although you still feel that pressure. But at least I had that. So what I just devoted myself into that, and I was just praying and hoping, and I was like, you know what, that job will really land, because right now I am not happy. I'm not joyful. I am, you know, it's taking a toll on me so badly that it's even changing the kind of person I am. I was applying for random jobs just to get something. Things I don't even like. I'm just like, you know what?
Like, I'm doing something.
I'm like, you know what? A win is a win. As long as I get something, a win is a win, you know? So going through that process, and I remember that like, it was just like, I will never forget that day. It was like March 27th. You see, I've even crammed the date. This is how monumental this was in my life. March 27th, 2023, where someone sent me an application. Now it was Core Africa volunteering. And I remember when I looked at it, and of course, kawaida, you know, like us young people, you have to go and scour the internet and find everything that you need to know concerning this organization. So I did that. I saw about volunteering, their unique model and what they wanted. And what actually blew my mind was that it was a space created for exactly someone who's like me. Someone who's like green. Someone who does not have any experience, and they're willing to take me in. So I discovered that everything that the world shunned me for, that I was young and I was inexperienced and I looked like I was not really that impressionable, they embraced everything. So I was mind blown. I sent it that night. I didn't sleep. I remember I sent in my application to Core Africa, and I waited. And after that, I said, again, you know what? I'm waiting for Core Africa. It had to work. I was like, I'm not... See, God, I told you bring this on my lap. So I was like, I'm not going to apply for any other jobs. And I believed and I hope. When I tell you, Ezekiel, during that time, I really changed my entire thinking mindset, shifted even my plans, because I knew, I was even telling my friends, you know, you guys, you better like maximize on this time you're here with me, because I'm about to leave for the next 1 year.
I'm disappearing.
I'm going.
And you
will not see me for this time.
Later,
you know, I'm going to live my best Bundus life. You know, I'm about to transition. So I had a lot of hope. And also just going online and seeing the kind of work that Core Africa do. And I was also really intrigued. I had never, can you imagine? Because I have a background in sociology and psychology. And you can imagine I had never heard of community-led development, asset-based community development. Like, what are these things? Human-centered design. I had never really heard of those things, you know. So I was really intrigued. So once I started in my application, kept on hoping, and that's when now at least Core Africa, thankfully, they reached out, and then we scheduled an interview. And I can remember even during that interview process. Have you ever been through an interview process and you can tell that the people who are interviewing you are literally rooting for you?
Yes. They're not trying to catch you in something. No, because they want you in the organization.
They want the best for you.
They're calling you to the interview. They believe you have something to
they
offer.
they want the best for you,
Yeah,
and they're really taking all of it. So that's the thing I realized. It was very chill. I remember the first time when I just switched my camera on because it was a virtual interview. The interviewer was like, Stella, just sit and relax. Just know we're just having a conversation. We just want to know more about you. So you can just chill. If you have any questions, you can sit and you can ask. You can just breathe in and breathe out. And it put me at ease because for someone who had not had any interviews for quite a long time, you know, and the things I hear about interviews, you know, what
me,
people really say.
I could write a book.
You could write.
Especially if you've ever interviewed for any government entity. Hey, okay, my friends. Anyway, story for another day.
Yeah. So
proceed.
I remember like once I went to the process, it was very nice, it was seamless. And after that, I wanted nothing more. Now even my desire to get into the organization grew.
Right.
You know, like if I was at a 10, I was at like a 2000. I was like, I really need this, you know. And I remember even when they asked me, because me again, I think people for I remember during that time when I was searching for jobs, guys were telling me your problem is you know these things, when you have to get things, you have to use an ethical lie. So even if like you've not had experience, just say these things. They teach you on the job. But for me, that was not my philosophy, because I'm like, I want you to take me as I am. I want you to see the potential. I don't want to lie to you that I know how to do ABCD XYZ, and then when you put me there,
you know, I don't know if you've seen those memes of people who've lied on the on their resume. And then now they need to do something.
You're like, do the job now.
Can't do.
You know, so for me, I really also wanted a space where they would see potential, they would really help me to grow as well. So once after the interview, after I think it was like about 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and then I got really now the application telling me that I'm into the program. They also told me about how I need to prepare myself now to go into the program. So what Coafrica does is, once you get, they don't just throw you
into the deep end
for you to sit and figure it out. They are very meticulous and very intentional with what they are doing. So what they do is, you first of all go through a 6-week program, training program. It's called the pre-service training. During those 6 weeks, they teach you about everything that is to do with Coafrica, their model, how they operate. And not only that, they teach you hands-on skills, how to also navigate and to integrate into the community. What are some of the things that you can do? They really, of course, someone can't give you everything, but they try their best to really prepare you as well.
To build you and to build your capacity as well.
Yes, as well. So before you really go there, so there's a lot. And even during that time, I remember, because I'm born and bred in the city. Like, I'm one of those people. You know,
if you don't know what wakukam ni wakina nani, the people who came from the bundus to the city. You guys were city people. You don't know how rural life is. And Kenya is largely what? Rural.
That's the thing.
So we are the majority.
That's the thing.
I'm saying this because I know my wife is watching and she's making fun of me. Being,
you know, so for me, and that's the thing. Growing up, I think that's another mindset. We were made to believe that the rural place, let me tell you, it's not a place you want to be. It's about the city life.
Dark.
You know, it's dark.
Yes.
They are like, you even see the rates of the rural to urban migration. You know, those people, they know what they're coming to search here, and that's actually that's another lie that we are told. It's a very bad misconception as well. You know, so you need to. So I had made sure, even during my schooling, I was like, I need to perform well because I need to go to schools in Nairobi. So I need to really go to high school in Nairobi, and I was intentional. You see, when I was applying for university, first choice University of Nairobi, second choice University, third choice University of Nairobi. So it had to work out. I mean, I didn't have any other backups. I didn't put Juki now. I was like, you know what, this has to work out.
Live in the city.
So you see, so that's the thing again, which is fear of the unknown. So I was like, I really need to make this work. So even during that time, I remember, because of course you can really tell, because what Coafrica does is, they take people from all over the place, all over the country. So people from different backgrounds, educational backgrounds, family backgrounds, where your life has come from, different parts of the country, you know, that's what they do. So you really come here and you're a pool of all these people, you know. So I remember even during that time when, of course, it was evident, since like I'm born and bred in the city, there's a lot that I didn't know. Basic things like farming, basic agriculture, I had no idea, because of the misconception that kulima ni ya ushamba, you know, hiyo ni ya watu
literally,
that's what people say. But during that time, there was a lot of grace and period to also teach me and to learn, to give me some of these tools. So I went through the whole process. Now it came the day now to really be stationed into the communities. So now for our service, once you are done and you're successful, you graduate, and now it's time for you to go. So I remember also during that time, I was a bit skeptical. I was like, okay, I'm really going to do this
How
for
is it
you, for
going to look
real.
like? Yeah.
What is it going to look? And you know,
Yeah.
for Coafric, what they do is that you're placed as an individual.
Right.
So let's say they go to a particular region, they place a number of you, but
Okay.
you yourself, you man a certain number of villages in an area.
Okay.
So you know, so at least it is a service that you have support, but primarily it is you like on the ground
You're the lead.
as well. Yeah.
I'll ask you to pause there. Let me allow you to drink some water as we move on to the next question. But for those of you who are watching, karibuni sana to Money Mondays with me, Ezekiel Olande, and with my guest, Stella Kidera. She is the conference coordinator at Coafrica. And we're just talking about, how her journey has been so far, from being a volunteer herself and now being an employee within the same organization that she clearly, passionately believes in. Allow me to segue just a little bit. Going to volunteerism, okay, because I think we have, there's a negative
connotation
around volunteerism. So why do you believe that it is critical for the continent? Because you told us that you're in 10 countries within the continent. Maybe you can tell us these 10 countries, and also just then why this is critical for the continent.
Okay, so I'll start with how many countries we're in.
Yeah.
So we are in Kenya, we are in Uganda, we are in Rwanda, we are in Ethiopia, we are in South Africa, we are in Senegal, we are in Morocco, we are in Malawi, we are in the Gambia, and we are in Ghana.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you told me earlier that the organization started from Morocco.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. So now back to the question. Why do you think this volunteerism is critical for this continent of ours?
Okay, so I will put that, first of all, I'll start with why it has a negative connotation.
Yeah.
It's because it's actually quite sad, but we are living in a society where it's a give and take. So for me to actually give something to you, what am I getting? And people actually want tangible things, and the extent people want is actually money. There's nothing like fulfillment and how to sit and to know people are like, what am I getting? If it's not making sense to me, if it's not really making me, and most of the time you want to gain. If I'm not really getting something that is tangible, I don't really want to sit and do it. So volunteering, it is actually, it's seen as something that, you know what, quote unquote, why are you working for free? Why are you doing something that you should? Why are you devoting your time and your energy and you're not really getting paid? But you really come and you realize volunteering is actually it's part and parcel of us as human beings. No one is a product. You're not. No one is a product of not someone else helping
Having
you.
given them a leg up.
A leg up, yeah. Just look back in your life. There's no point. Someone just helped you out of the kindness of the heart and because you needed it. Right from when you started and you were young, when you were learning to walk, when you're learning to do all these things, when you went to school, that deskmate of viewers who took their time to really teach you an equation that you didn't really get, you know.
Shout out to Boardmas, to
you know, all these things, you really find that we are all a product of human goodness. Someone just going out of their way to sit and do something for you, and we really need each other. So that's really the thing. So volunteering is really, it's really important, because if not you, then who?
Exactly.
For a lot of us, we really complain, and especially if I know during this time, I really like my generation because we are bold. We are bold. We will tell you as it is.
Ngoja kidogo. When you're saying your generation, so you're trying to create some distance. We're practically the same age.
No, everyone is a Gen Z.
Please, yes.
Sisi wote ni Gen Z.
Okay, proceed.
You know? So yeah. So what we have is that we really have we have this thing where we are bold and we really speak our mind a lot.
That is true.
But some of the time we get that we don't want to be at the forefront of really being part of these solutions. We really want to speak, but we don't really want to go and give of ourselves. You know? And that's what is really even important. Even what we even saw going on in Kenya, like all of a sudden guys want to really be part and parcel of really sitting and doing things, which is a really good thing. Because if not us, then who?
Exactly.
You know, if not me, really, if I see something that is wrong, even in my let's say in my area, in my homestead, for example, I keep on complaining. This place is not clean. There's litter every single place. Every single place where I walk around, it's not really clean. If I don't take it upon myself to make sure that I collect that and also don't litter as well,
so
how will we bring about change? We all have to play our part. We all have to. We all have to play our part in just to make sure that everything is flowing the way we want. If I play my part in making sure that you're comfortable, Ezekiel, you'll also do the same for me in a different capacity. So that's really the importance of volunteering. And then as well, where we are at, we are really in a continent where we're not yet there.
Yes.
We don't have the luxury like any other place. We don't really have the luxury that Europeans have, that first of all, you have like governments that are completely working, systems that are working and all these things. You know, we don't really have that luxury.
True.
If you're not here to help ourselves, then who?
Who is going to do
Who's
that
going to
for
sit
us?
and to really help us? And for me, what was critical for me, I said, I really don't want to contribute to the brain drain of Africa. I don't want to go outside and go, for example, and chase the European dream. There's nothing wrong with it, but for me, I was like, I really want to be here and make this place work. This is the place that I've been born and bred in this place. I am a product of my surrounding, every single person who's helped me.
So there's a level of ownership
Yes,
have,
I want to sit and help.
Ties to the community.
That's the thing. And you can imagine, and for me, I was like, finally I have the skills. Like, I've gone to school, I know how to, like, I know something. I am somewhere. All these things that I have, I really want to sit and to help. And that's really the importance of really volunteering, giving of yourself to make sure that other people are great, are good.
Now, another question, still on volunteerism. What is the difference between volunteerism and charity work?
So, in my opinion, in my honest opinion, I really feel like there's really a fine line. There's a fine line between, because to other people, when it even comes to volunteering, because what are we saying at charity work? Basically, we're just describing you doing something to sit and to help people. But now the problem with, or when it comes to charity, you find that it is not like every single day. It's not like a lifestyle. It's like, once in a while, I sit and do this. For example, I find a place, I go give of this and then that's it. But when it comes to volunteering, and when you adapt it as a mindset, as a way of living, it is a continuous thing. There's no day that you'll sit and you'll say, Ezekiel, so me, I do this twice or thrice a year. So these are my days, these are my quarterly, I go and do this. If it is your mindset, it's something that you do every single day. It is continuous. And it's those little steps that you'll actually take to actually make sure that you get to a point where now we see something that is tangible. See, in Kiswahili we say that haba haba hujaza kibaba. So it's just the little steps until you get to the point where you have now done something that is actually I don't really want to say grand or something, but something that really makes an impact as well. So it's really a mindset. It's an every single day state of mind that, you know what, I am giving of myself, especially when I can. When I have that capacity to, when it's not, I'm not really giving from a point of where I am hurting myself as well, because I have the capacity. I can sit and I can go and I can do this. It's like me even when I went to volunteer because I was stationed in Meru. That was my area of service. So there was nothing that at I was lacking it. I didn't do it because now I went there. Now I was nilikuwa naumia, I was doing all these things. No. It was a different lifestyle, yes. But yes, I adapted. It was different living in the rural community, but there's nothing that was wrong about it. Getting there, helping our people and really serving humanity. We all need one another. It's that thing that we say about Ubuntu. I am because you are. We really need to come together and really help ourselves.
Good stuff. If you have not caught up yet, we're talking about volunteering, the impact, youth purpose, and possibility with the conference coordinator at Core Africa called Stella Kidera, and we're just going through. She's already told us about her journey and the importance of volunteering, and talking about it as a mindset and not just something that you do when it's convenient and then you leave. And I think that's very important because it comes to your attitude as well. And when you're able to really think that this is something valuable, like you're saying, Ubuntu, and giving to society and building that haba na haba and making, living, a sustainable impact. I think it's a very good thing. You had talked about some big words here. The first one was community-led development and impact. Probably tell us now, going back now into the work that you guys do on a day-to-day basis.
The Core Africa model.
And what are some of the success stories from the field where youth-led interventions have created tangible change?
So I am going to use my own experiences.
Go ahead.
So like I said, I was stationed in Meru County in an area called Lairangi. So Lairangi is in Lairangi.
My friend, I cannot
Ezekiel.
say that. Lairangi.
Lairangi.
Hey, Yawa. Okay. I'll take your word for
Yeah.
it. Lairangi.
So Lairangi. Yeah, you got it. You see? You got it.
Time's a champ.
Yeah. So Lairangi, it is in Tegania West constituency.
Okay.
So it is the Meru that is bordering Isiolo. So
Yes,
it is
yes.
the semi-arid region of Meru. So that's that was my area of operation. A
Yeah.
place that now I call my second home. You know? Yeah. So I when I was there and doing my work really in the community and just trying to really get to that point where I'm facilitating mindset change and all these things. So first of all, I remember when I was entering into the community, my mindset was I had that savior complex. I was like, you know what, I am going to go here, I'm going to develop, I'm going to help these people, I'm going to do big things. You know, as humanitarians, we like doing the big things. We all want to be the Mandelas. We want all to be the
because there's a Nobel Peace Prize you're chasing.
That's the thing. I'm telling you, we want to really, we want to get that. We want to really feel like we're doing something, and it's only actually these huge tangible things, which we're not saying that it's not bad to do that.
They're good.
Shout out to everyone who's out there trying to do their best to really make our world a better place for other people. So that is the mindset that I actually had when I was really entering into the community and the kind of work that I really wanted to do. But I really realized, and because of what even Africa teaches us, when we talk about asset-based community-led development, we're really talking about using what we have. In Swahili, we call it rasilimali, the assets that we have. What do you have? Just to give you a backstory, because I've already established that one thing about me, I'm an apostle. So we already established that. So this is the part. This is the part where you're supposed to say hallelujah.
I was about to say, can I get a witness up in here?
Yeah. So
go for it.
Even going just back to the Bible, what did God tell Moses? What do you have in your hands? What do you have that we can be able to use? If it's the creator of the universe can be able to ask you, Ezekiel, what do you have in your hands? Who would have been able to do anything? But what did he say? What do you have in your hands? And that's the same thing we go to the community. What do you have in your hands? What do you have around? You cannot start from a place of lack. You have to start somewhere. Let's say, for example, right now, Ezekiel, maybe your goal is to buy a new shoe. Let's say in 2 weeks that's what you want to do, but we'll ask you, what do you have that you can be able to use? For you, for example, you have your voice that you're using on the radio and doing all these things. You can say, you know what, let me go do a gig here and there, MC or like host something and be able to get like money to sit and to do this. So we ask, what do you have in your hands? And really teach you how to value what you have. There's nothing that you have that is invaluable. There's always something you can be able to do with it. You stand from a point of something. So that's what we use. We use the assets that in the community. We don't start from things that are not there. No. Because what are we trying to do? We are trying to facilitate sustainable development, and for something to be sustainable, it can't come from thin air, from where you don't have. It starts with what you have.
Is already existing within
that's what
ecosystem.
Exactly. That's actually what you have to use. So when I went to the community, and I had this at the back of my hand, and Africa we say community led. So when you go into the community, and as much as you have all these things, what we say is that everything that you know concerning you leave it back, you forget about it. You go into the community with a fresh perspective, a fresh mindset. First of all, we want to integrate with these people. We want to learn who they are. We want to understand them. We want to understand their culture. Where are things important to them? What are some of their values? What do they have that is important to them? What are the things that define them? So after going through that whole process of integrating and learning about all these things and being in the community, just to show you the power of community-led development. I remember when I got there, first of all, just like most of our communities, because we're not empowered, they were like, Sasa Stella, you've come here to tell us the way we can sit and help ourselves, but we have nothing. You looked at this place, it is an arid place. You've seen our houses, like would you come and give us something? Where do we start? And I kept on asking another question. So any single time we wanted to do something, we were like, what do we have? And one of the things I remember that we did is, you remember I told you the area is semi-arid. So you can imagine a semi-arid area, when it rains, it pours. Because you find that the land is bare, so when it comes to the rain, and we used to experience very, very heavy rains.
You can get flash flooding.
Yes, we get flash flooding and a lot of damage. So we used to have that. So a lot of soil erosion and the damage. I remember when I was looking about it, and for my community, it was so bad that it literally was like dividing two parts of the community. So you can find that it's hard to cross over.
The galleys and whatnot.
Yes, that's the thing. So even when it comes to children going to school to access other places of the area, and like in the rural communities, it's not like in the towers that in the towns where you can have a lot of routes. You have the convenience of a car, of all these things. When some things are not working, it like cripples the community. So we're like, so we're like, what can we be able to do? So I kept on asking them, what do we have that we can able to just trying to like really to really catalyze and mitigate and just to really like help them, to probe them, like what do you think that we can sit and that we can use. And now they started thinking about it. They're like, you know what, in this community we have a lot of rocks that we can be able to really sit and use. How do we use like these rocks? We want, and someone was like, we need to build gabions. Okay, what do we have that we can use to use them to stop this, and what can we use just to place again to fill this? So they were like, we actually have sacks, because of course in the rural communities we are farmers. You see, so all those things, what can be used? We also have again a lot of soil and a lot of sand. We also have a lot of these sticks from like the trees and all these things. We can actually come and take all these things and just place them strategically and come and work as a community for us to be able to really mitigate this, to really put this and stop this erosion, also make the roads passable. And we were able to sit and do this as a community, and it was really beautiful to sit and to witness that all these people really came together as one to solve something of their own, something that they would have left and really waited for a long process for someone else to come and solve.
To come and do for us.
You know, your mentality ya serikali's idea, like we want to really come and sit and do. But before even they come and do that, what can you sit and use? Sasa hamtaishi. Doesn't mean that now everything stops because someone has not really come to help you. And also I remember even now, even what I'm getting now, the mindset change. So I remember I did a beekeeping project with the community. And afterwards, what some of the things that we do, because the community is part and parcel of the process, we teach them about all these things, proposal writing, all these things. How do you write a proposal if you want to do something? How do you look for funds? Who do you mobilize? Who do you take this to? How can you be part and parcel? What are some of the things that you capture? And I remember they called me like about 2 weeks ago to tell me that, because when we did our project, we had 20 beehives. They were like, oh, Stella, do you know what we did? We actually wrote a proposal, sent it to like the county government, and we've been able to be given 10 more hives.
Look at that.
So you can imagine. And it just started from impressive. That little thing for them just believing in themselves and really seeing that that's the thing. So I have seen that tangible really change coming into the community. And that's just one of my stories. That's just me. So you can imagine that all our Africa volunteers across all our countries, even here in Kenya, just showing how really people can actually be able, once you just help them to see their potential. And that's all we need. You need to believe in them and show them that, you know what, you can be able to do it. You know, that's all. We all need someone to believe in ourselves, to believe in us.
Very nice. And the next question actually ties into this. So how are you prepared? Because like you told us when you're starting, you have lived a city life. Then you have been sent to
Lairangi.
In Meru County, bordering, because I've been to Isiolo, so I know how that area generally is. So walk us through the preparation that you went through, because earlier you told me there was a 6-week
pre-service training.
And then how do you even get to be immersed into this community?
So again, I will tell you, Africa is a very intentional organization. So it's not really about just throwing you out there for you to sit and to figure it out.
You will find your footing.
So it's both of it. It's actually helping to facilitate mindset change and to develop our communities, but for you as well, as the person, as the young African, as the youth who's going to do that, you're also getting value addition as well. First of all, you get that work experience. Let me tell you something, nothing beats going to the ground and doing something. No level of education will ever prepare you for that.
Couldn't agree more.
You know, getting those practical skills.
Things, like they say, the ground things are
very different. Getting those practical hands-on skills. So there's a way even you. So it's a give and take. So we're doing both. We are facilitating mindset change, developing our communities, but also you as a person, you're also getting to grow both professionally, both socially as a person. So it's just it's holistic,
like a 360.
It's holistic in all aspects of your life. You really get to achieve that growth. So when you go, this is what they do. So we have a 6-week pre-service training. So during Co-Africa, first of all, in the duration that you'll serve as a Co-Africa volunteer for the 1 year, we have 4 trainings every quarter. So the first training is the first 6 weeks, where you go, they get you go to a training center, and they choose, and then you sit, and now they start the training. So every single week there's something that they introduce. They start with their model. They teach you how Co-Africa operates. Because I told you, like me, coming someone who had a background in development, I had no idea about community-led development, asset-based community development. Because for a lot of us, when you hear about even volunteering, what's known of it? It's that I come, I tell you, Ezekiel, so this is what we are doing. We have people who need help here. here are these cups.
Yes.
Go give them to go
and
help
give it
them
to
drink
to-
tea.
Exactly.
Because
And
that's
sort
what
themselves out.
we've realized that they
Yes,
lack,
yes,
So
yes.
we just go with solutions and
Yeah.
we do just like little things. It's not
Yeah.
really intense. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
volunteering. You're going to give here, see, and but plus at the end of this, you have helped.
Yeah, and then you take a photo for this.
We take a photo and we are good to
Yeah,
go. And
hashtag,
plus I've helped,
winning.
right?
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I've
yeah,
helped.
yeah,
I have.
exactly.
So that's
Yeah.
what we normally know of volunteering. That's what
Yeah.
I knew. So when we're going to when Africa teaches you, so even you yourself, you as a volunteer, you experience the first mindset change even before you go to the community.
Absolutely,
The
yeah.
things that they teach you all these things, how to also navigate into the community, some of the skills that they use,
Yeah.
empathy. We have all these things that we use. We have
Yeah.
this thing that we say sitting under it's called under the mango tree. So for you are just up there, you're just observing
Yes.
and seeing what is really happening, just trying to understand people
Right.
and really be able to facilitate their model of development, which again, we are all about sustainability.
Yes,
So we
yes.
got to have that 6 week of training and really getting to learn a lot of these things. So they really prepare you. And before even they take a volunteer to any site,
Yeah.
again, they do their due diligence. Africa has already been there to that site.
Yeah.
They have, so every community has a model of entry. They have the way they structure and they do their things.
Yeah.
So if maybe the entry is through the chief and to the local government, everyone
Yeah,
knows
yeah.
that's what they do, that process.
Right,
So the
right.
community is also prepared that, you know what, there's a person who's coming and they'll be coming to facilitate this, and that.
Right.
So by the time you're going there, it's not like unarusha tu kwa depend. They've done the work.
Yes, there's a lot of groundwork that
Has been done.
Yeah, that has
So
gone into
at this side, when they're teaching you how to go and to navigate through the community as well and all these things, again, they're also preparing the community also for your welcome. So
Okay.
for the first now after, let's say you're done with now the pre-service training, and again, just to put it out there, we're not all about work alone. It's also
Yes.
about fun. It's also a fun process.
Very important to put that out there. By the
Yeah,
way.
it's also
Yeah.
like a fun, like the way I've said, they care about your welfare all round, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
So it's about that. Yes, we have times that we train. We have times where we have fun. We play games on
Yeah.
the weekends. They will take you like to a nice place. You just go and also explore the city as well, just to do this team building and fun activities as well, just to sit. And you also get that. You get to also be, your cup is filled in a way where with human interaction, because you realize as adults it's really hard for us to make friends. It's not like children when they'll go down there and talk to a random person
Yes,
and that's fine.
yeah,
But for
yeah.
you,
Yes.
you don't have the luxury to say, you know
That
what,
is true.
I'm just gonna go randomly at the street and go and meet people.
I'm here.
You know, so you also get to experience that,
Yes.
getting to learn about people from different places and getting to really have that exchange of ideas and really growing as well.
Yeah.
So when you go to the community, they look for host family for you, who you stay with for the first 1 month.
Okay.
So the work of the host family is to help you to integrate. They will introduce you to the key players in the community. They will show you the layout of the community. They will teach you about the cultural practices of the community, how the community does their things. So they really prepare you and help you. That's like your counterpart. So you're not alone.
Yes.
And
yes,
also
yes.
for the Coafrica as well, for the staff as well, they guide you every step of the way. Every single week, we normally had like calls with like our now volunteer liaisons just to check on us. How are you doing? How are you faring all?
Yeah.
We write reports every single week where we detail what you have done. What are those areas that you really need support? How are you doing? So it's very intentional.
Yeah.
So you really have that. So by the time you really get there, you have your community counterpart, and now you're integrating and you have these tools. So it makes it easier.
Right.
You know, we're not saying that of course it makes the process now it's going to be seamless and you're going to have a good time,
yeah.
but at least you're prepared. And in case even you face anything that is challenging, they are there to really sit and to
Someone is
help
there
you.
to
To help
guide
you, to
through
guide
this
you and to
process.
lead you and to even
Yeah.
come and be like, you know what, where are you stuck? How can we
Yeah.
sit and how can we assist? So you are well prepared in the best way that they can, because
Yeah.
okay, like we've said, you can't also be told everything, and
Yes,
communities
yes.
are different.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of dynamism to that.
Yeah.
And so the mindset that you know that someone needs to have. So I'm just wondering what mindset shift is that to be able to be involved in these community-led initiatives?
I think first of all, it's you and it's your heart and what you think about. You don't go with the mentality that, you know what, you're sympathizing that these people, let me tell you
Savior
something,
mentality.
savior complex,
Yeah,
that these
yeah.
people are wallowing in all these things. I am coming to
And I
sit
have
and to
come
deliver
to shed the
them.
light.
You know?
Alas.
Finally,
I am here.
the light has come.
Yeah.
You know?
Behold.
Behold. So you know, so
Yeah.
that's not what you really go with. Again, you also don't go with also the mentality that you also know better.
Yeah.
That these people all along, they're not developed because they don't know better.
Yeah.
I've come to wake them up. There are
Yes.
things that they really don't
Yes,
know.
yes.
So you really need to have a learning spirit, first of all.
Okay.
You need to also have a lot of empathy.
Yeah.
You really need to understand people. It's not about sympathizing. It's about me putting myself in your shoe and trying to understand.
Yeah.
So how is it that maybe all these years Ezekiel has not moved from point A to point B, and this is what he desires, really to sit and to understand how you do your things. So you really need to have that. You need to really have empathy, and you really need to also have a passion and a love for people in the community.
Right.
It comes from there.
Yeah,
or
because
even
if the passion is not there, it'll be clear.
Yeah, and it can't come from a selfish point of view.
Yeah.
It can't just be about you.
You're here to give.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
It can't really be about that. So when you really have that, and you have that learning spirit, and your heart is really in the right place, and you also that love for people and being like, you know what, I really want to be part of something bigger. I want to really do my part in trying to really help people as well, and to really help them, and also to learn as well, to also grow as a person. So when you really have those things in play, and again, a learning spirit, this is what I say. Sometimes people who have a learning spirit, they beat people who are even qualified.
Because your attitude is different.
Your attitude, yeah.
One is curious, another one is like, I know it all.
Yeah, your attitude. Are you someone who wants to learn? Are you someone who really, who is also open? You also don't need to have someone who is really stuck in their own ways. Someone who's not adaptable. I've ever met these people who are like, no, you know what, they're very rigid. We
have been doing this for X number of years, and we're not gonna change it.
You're very rigid. So that's just what you need to do, and just to be open. For you to be open, and trust me, you'll be good to go.
Good stuff. We are here with Stella from
Core Africa.
Core Africa. I was going to say Africa. I was like, no. I am twisting it. And we're just going through the journey of being a volunteer with Core Africa, and the mindset shift. I need to say that very slowly, because where I come from, it can come in another way. So moving a bit further in this conversation, and for those of you who are watching, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to hit us up. We are on Icon Radio Africa on all platforms. Just share your thoughts with us. If you have any questions for Stella, we'll be able to fill that to her, or you'll also share your contacts at the end of this. Just if anyone is, and I'm sure there'll be people who are curious now to find out how do I become a volunteer and what do I do in this side. But moving to challenges and probably breaking barriers, what are some of the greatest challenges that young people face in accessing meaningful volunteer opportunities?
Yani, oh my God, I couldn't wait for you to ask me that. Thank you. I was hoping that would be one of those questions,
Go for it.
Because I think the biggest thing we have, like in most industries, even in this job market, and even when volunteering is concerned, it's about gatekeeping. They have people who are standing on those doors, and they are the ones who are really, they are the ones who are saying, and they're stating who has access,
who gets in and
who gets out. They're the ones who are there gatekeeping.
Achanizo, please.
Gatekeeping, and even the people who are gatekeeping, they also have a certain mindset of who fits this, like who is worthy to really sit and do all these things, and for a lot of the time, and especially in times that I'm living, it's not really the young person. There's all these things that people want, but the last thing people will be like, you know what, I want a young person. No, there's all these things. So it is literally that gatekeeping and just lack of really opportunity. No one wants to really open the door and really let us in. Because for me, you can imagine, I told you I spent 1.5 years looking for a job.
For work,
You wouldn't imagine how many places I knocked just wanting to volunteer. Can you imagine just wanting to really give of yourself and just give of yourself to people and just help in any capacity, but you're still told no.
That experience.
You're still told no. I didn't even want experience. I just wanted to, but you're still no. You don't fit the bill. What do you mean I don't fit the bill? To just sit and to give of myself. Like surely. What? Syllabus inakimbia. What do you mean? So just having places like that where even accessing like things like volunteering, you're being told no. They're set for certain people. You really need to have a certain standard. You wouldn't even imagine how many people were like, even for me to also help you, also the selfish mindset, what are you giving me? I'm like, I don't even have a job. How do you expect me to give you money for me to sit and to sort of like bribe you?
Conversation.
That's the thing. That's the thing. So it's just about that gatekeeping and not really wanting to give opportunities really to people. That's really our biggest, just giving people opportunities and being also open. We have this mindset And it's really it's systemic,
Yeah.
and it's really part of our like culture, and it really needs to stop.
Yeah.
That also that we have this thing that when you give really a young person something, you know, they're not really going to reach the full potential of what you want. They won't take care of it, you know.
Yeah,
These are people who have this and that. And let's say, for example, it might actually be really true.
Yeah.
It might really be true. But who will be there to really steer me in the right direction and mentor me and help me?
There you go. Yeah, because if your problem is that the attitude or the mindset that these people are having coming into the job market is XYZ, then why not put yourself out there and actually change it? And, you know, providing the mentorship or the coaching that you're talking about to then give me that mindset shift that I need.
That's the thing. Because for a lot of us, we just don't know better, Ezekiel. We just don't know better.
You've come from a system where you're being told, you know,
everything to do.
It's very well defined.
Literally, from the time you're 4 years old.
Yes.
Every single day you're told what to do up to the time you're 18 years old.
Yes.
So give me some. There's no grace.
Yeah.
Give me some grace.
This
is the only life I've lived. I've never been to, for example, I've never been 20 years before. I'm not saying I'm 20, but I know I look like I'm 20. But you know,
we said we're the same age.
We're the same age, all of us, you know. So you're like, give me the same grace. I've never been this age before.
Yes.
Like, can you just extend some grace and really try to really sit and to teach me and to help me? Because at the end of the day, whether you like it or not, we are the future. Like. Literally, if really we go by the order of like how like God orchestrates for things to happen, it's literally like the generation that really comes to really do now the things that we are. They're the future. The young ones are the future, you know. Those are the things that we do. They're the next generation. So just literally to sit and to give us grace as well, to also work with us as well. And to also again, I feel like we all need to have this also mindset change that also as well as like we're living in different times. The things that, let's say for example, I'll take even for our parents, the challenges that they were facing during that time is totally different. The way the world was shaped, it's completely different to this time as well. So you cannot really sometimes sit and expect me
to have that same mindset.
Yeah, and to navigate things the way you want to navigate. The world is different.
In a digital age.
That's the thing.
Those people, I'm not saying I'm one of them, but those people grew up without internet and without connectivity and all these things. Information was very...
Things were very different. Things were very different. So not even also being open to also things like those. That's literally one of the things that are really kicking us and not really just wanting to give us opportunities.
Right.
When I tell you, for me, Ezekiel, when I was going through it, it was so difficult. I was like, what do you mean? Like, these are the people who told me this all my life. You don't even want to give... I don't want to even try. And just to literally sit and, you know, and just to see how we can literally sit and do it. So that's really some of the biggest obstacles that we really have, you know, when it comes to really even us volunteering and really taking this far as well. Okay,
I like that. Hopefully the people who are watching, especially those who are in positions of power or decision making, allow for people to come into your spaces and shape them in the very same people that you're, because as Stella is saying here, this is the future. So if you're not empowering them now, then what kind of future are you building tomorrow? So it's a think about it. You know, it's, you know, you have to do it. Otherwise, the same thing that you're fearing is going to happen.
And also, I'll really look into this camera as well and just pose a question. Think about you and yourself and how your life has panned out. If it was not other people, where would you be right now? If it was not that one moment that someone helped you, where would you be? You can't do it on your own. There's no one who came in and found really a system that they created themselves. You found something that is here that someone built and someone really helped you. So if you also, people held your hand and they helped you, why would you feel like you're too good to literally sit and do that for other people? Let's not really forget where we started. You know, just because we are there, let's not really sit and to forget.
Exactly. I would say let's pause and ponder over that, but because time is going, if you need to pause, please hit the pause button. Tafakari hayo. I would say Ababu, but no, tafakari ya Stella. And then let's move. But the other question I have still on breaking barriers is, how do we then deal with misconceptions such as volunteering is for the privileged? Because again, what do we see? People from the West coming and volunteering. So how do we break this so that me who's grown up in the village can actually, you know, come back and still volunteer in that same place? It's
really adopting it as a mindset, the way I have said. It's really adopting it as a mindset. That it's not that every single, there's specific people who are meant to come and do some things. it's you having that right from the ground up. We need to really have this mindset from even the time we are young. When you're raising children, we need to preach it every single place. That really it's you giving of yourself to help someone. If you see something, take initiative and do it.
Yes, exactly. Don't wait and wonder.
And wait and wonder
who's going to do it for me.
And even if maybe you don't have the tools, sit and ask, work with what you have.
Do
I really need to go somewhere? Do I need to go and ask people? Do I need to sit and ask for what do I have that I can sit and that I can do? That's what we really need to do. We need to stop looking at volunteering as the way you've said, something that is just cool for other people and not for other people. Because even in the series, all the people who do volunteering, they are the uber rich who come and help like other people. That's the thing. If you really look at it, really, people really feel like, you know what, I need to get to some certain place. I need to have
to self-actualize.
Yes, before I come and do this, I can give. I'm waiting for the time that I'm going to be a millionaire and do that. No, even from where you're at. And to look at it as impact. One of the things that I'll tell you right now, that during my volunteering with Africa, it shifted my mind when it comes to impact. Because a lot of what do we see impact as? We see impact as the big tangible things that you actually sit and see. That's what we see impact. A borehole and that.
And people now are getting
But I
water.
will tell you. Impact for me right now, it's just making a mark in someone's life. It does not matter.
Absolutely.
Sometimes it might just even be Ezekiel being kind to you. Giving you a compliment that will make you smile, that will make you feel good about yourself. It's not really about doing the huge things. So it does not mean just because you're not going out there and paying school fees for like 3,000 children somewhere, building classrooms. Does not really mean it does not really mean that where I am at in my place, I cannot sit and do something, that I cannot sit and help in my capacity, that I cannot give of myself. I don't need to really get to a certain stature for me to sit and do that. So it's really for us to really break down those barriers and to work also on ourselves as well, also on the value that we sit and we bring, because a lot of the times also you feel like it's also us not really feeling that we have something to give. It's the way we view ourselves. Everyone has something to give. It does not matter. Every single person has something to give.
That is the truth right there. Would you believe we are getting to the top of the hour? And I want us to move so that we don't lose some of the important things that I wanted us to talk about. So allow me to then move to regional collaboration and your future strategy. What have you observed from other African countries in terms of youth engagement through Core Africa? And what lessons maybe can we pick and employ here?
First of all, we all want the same thing.
We all want the same thing. We all want, let's say, so in terms of what I've actually observed, even in the countries that Africa is in, we all want the same thing. We all want better for our communities. We all want to get to that point where we get to that Africa that we all want. We all want to be sustainable. That desire. Yes, for the SDGs that we talk about. The way we say zero poverty, we all want that goal. We all want better for ourselves. We all want to get to that point. So it is actually something that is universal. It's just that I have just never thought of maybe to sit with Ezekiel and talk about it and to see, and also not understanding, because the worst part is that we fear what we don't understand. You see, so even some of these misconceptions that even have even among our continent, it's just things that we don't understand. But at the end of the day, we all want one goal. For the youth, for example, of Africa, for the ones I've actually interacted with, we all want the same thing. We want to do something. We really want to be a part of something. We want to be given the opportunity to do it. You know, we want to do better for our continent. We want to be part of the people who will bring the change, whether it comes to policies, whether it comes to doing things on the ground. We just want to do better for ourselves. And also what I've actually come to learn, people keep on saying, these people keep on saying, and we use it loosely, we're like, oh my god, human beings are like the worst people, you know, the way we normally say, you know, even in Swahili, hey, what, you know, but you actually come to realize there's a lot of love. There's a lot of love. There's really a lot of humanity. And we just all want to help each other to get to that place. We all have one specific goal. And even when we come together and through that collaboration, that's how we'll get there. Let me tell you something. Even right now, even in this space where we are at, you, for example, Ezekiel, get into that place where you do the utmost best for yourself. You know, you're like, I'm just going to hone my speaking skills, and in this studio, that's all I need to do. But if you don't really work with the person who does the camera work, will you have a show? Absolutely not. That's the thing. If you don't work with the person who's doing the sound, the person who's directing this, the viewers, people who are listening in. And watching. So you come to realize we all want the same thing, and we all need each other for us to get to a place. And for us, even what I keep on saying, as long as
there is still some of us who are not yet there. We're not yet there. It does not matter where I'm at. It does not matter if I feel, for example, as a country here, we are most developed, we are good. If we also have people that we're not holding their hands to get to that point, giving them a hand up, you know, we are not really doing it. There's really not that impact that we're sitting and we're talking about. Because at the end of the day, Kwani, you'll keep on staying in Kenya alone. You need to sip and to go somewhere. So if you sit and this place is good and you're like, oh my God, I cannot move and go to this other place because we don't have some of these things. We're not really moving forward.
Yeah, we're not building as a whole.
Yeah, not building as a whole. That's the thing.
I like that.
Yeah.
What is your vision for community-based, rather community-led, youth-driven volunteerism in Africa over the next 5-10 years? And I'm now talking about core Africa in general.
Yeah, core Africa. So for me, my vision is that first of all, we can open offices in all countries in Africa. we can literally be everywhere so that we can be able to really preach our model and really be able to really see, because we have seen the tangible benefits. I am here I'm telling you firsthand. I am a testament of what I saw in my community. My community is a testament. We have all this data. We have things that you can be able to sit and to say. For me, first of all, I want us to be everywhere in Africa and then go everywhere globally and just preach this, So, and I know we're going to get there.
Good stuff.
So that's my thing. And to also really see that the mindset change in our communities and also for us also as people as well. Just to see us really owning our development, to be empowered, to really feel like it's not every single day we look at ourselves like we are helpless. To really see that we have the capacity to take part in our own development and to solve our own problems. We have our indigenous knowledge and skills. We have our assets. We have our raw materials. We can be able to sit and to do it. We just need to come together and to just build each other up. So for me, that is my future. I want really that in 5 years, that really asset-based community development, community-led development, human-centered development is at the forefront of development. Now that's the standard, and that's how we approach development. That is my hope, and I know we are going to get there. And you know why we'll get there? Because of all of us. Together. When we come together, the synergy is what we need. When we come together, we are going to do it.
Good stuff. I want us to, we are just about to get to closing thoughts, but before we do that, there's a segment I call Rapid Fire.
Okay.
Which is just quick questions for quick answers. So the first one is, one lesson volunteering taught you that no university could.
Again, impact. How to look at impact. That's what volunteering really taught me. What it really means to really make an impact in someone's life and to really touch someone. So that is something that I really got to learn as well. And also just that no human is limited. I was in a place where I saw people every single day beating the odds. And I don't think like no school would have taught me that without really seeing it. And also our communities are capable. We are.
They just need the empowerment.
Yes, we are capable.
I like that. Another question: how do you measure the success in your work?
For me, the way I've just said, as long as I have contributed, even if it's just a tiny bit, in improving the quality of life of anyone, that's how I measure impact for me. I'm like, as long as today when I met you, Ezekiel, and I really hope also today that by you encountering me, there's something different that has shifted in your life, that you're not really the same person as you are in whatever capacity. It might even be joy, maybe I just gave you like some joy in your life and something like that. That's how I really look at it, that even in that person's life, that there's something that I was able to do, something that is meaningful to them. I don't really look at it what society looks at it, that what, I look at Ezekiel and I'm like, he needs this, as long as like there's something that in your head and I was able to do that, for me, that's it.
Okay, good stuff. If you had to do an elevator pitch, to someone who's skeptical in 30 seconds, what would you say?
So if someone who's skeptical about volunteering, first of all, I'll tell you it works. Why does it work? I am a product of how volunteering really works and how it's really important. And the way I just said when we began, if not me, if not you, then who?
Good stuff. All right. We are just about to finish our conversation with Stella from Core Africa, and we've just been going through the model that Core Africa uses, working with the youth, And I like what you said, about
asset-based community development. Yeah.
So kutumia rasilimali
yenye tuko nazo kwa maendeleo yetu.
One Google the translation if you do not know what rasilimali.
It's assets.
It's a rich word.
It sounds really nice. It's a rasilimali.
Exactly. I really like that. You also talked about human-centered
design
rather.
Yeah.
And I like that because you're focusing on the need that the person has as opposed to just coming up with this global thing that is not really then
at a one size fits all. No.
Yes. I like that. And then we also talked about community-led development.
Yeah.
Again, just I want to call it crowdsourcing, because you're coming from the ground up as opposed to a top-down approach, which unfortunately most organizations,
that's what we do, and that's where we really go wrong. We really have the right heart, but it's in our execution. We really we want to do, and also our intentions are very pure, but it's in our approach.
And that sometimes leads to you spending millions of taxpayers' money, because the money that you're spending to do these things is taxpayers' money, even if it's your own philanthropy. And you have a project that is a white elephant.
Plus Ezekiel, I think if it was all, if the only thing we needed was a foreign aid and someone to come to, I think Africa would have been the most developed country in the world.
Absolutely.
If that's the only thing we needed. So we need to ask ourselves, what do we do differently? To really make sure that we really sit and help people to move from one step to another. And it's that mindset change.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Now to our closing thoughts. The first question I would ask is, what advice would you have, would you give to a young African who wants to make a difference but doesn't know where to start?
I will just tell you to just start. I know it sounds like a cliche, but just start. Just start with whatever little that you have. You really don't know that. Start with whatever you have. Like I've said, what's in your hand. Start with that little thing that you have. Is it that in the area where you're at, even if it's with that picking up litter where you are in, just make sure that is fine. Start with what you have, and soon enough you will build on that, because you have to start somewhere.
Exactly.
And the best advice about starting anything is just start.
You just start.
And also give yourself a lot of grace, and don't forget to fail.
Very important. Give
yourself a lot of grace
and embracing
failure. Because what at Africa what we say is that we fail up.
I like that.
We fail up. We get the lessons and we go and move and now apply and we do better.
Absolutely. I like that.
Failing forward.
Exactly. That's a phrase. How can people support community-led and youth-driven volunteerism as partners, allies, or funders?
So first of all, it's just us embracing and taking really ownership of African philanthropy. We have tried in the recent years, but we're not yet there. We have to really, all of us, come and take it up. So it's really supporting initiatives that really sit and to do that. Organizations like Africa who are really trying to sit and help and do that. It's really partnering with them. How can we come in? Is it through in cash? Is it through in kind? How can we be able to sit and to make sure that a lot of our youth are actually absorbed into this organization, into this program, and how can we also in turn also help our communities? How can we come together? So if it's in partners, if it's in other organizations, if it's through any kind of sort of like donations, let's just come together and make sure that we are really able to sit and do that. When you go to our website at Africa, you will really sit and you will see that we have a lot of ways that you can actually sit and you can volunteer. We have things like also, again, I may not be able, for example, to say that, Ezekiel, I'll give you a job, but you know what I will do? I can sit and I can pay for you to be in this program to facilitate your job, because I've told you it's volunteering, so they really do everything for you when it comes to your housing and everything. Just make sure that you're also good. So if I can really come and say, you know what, I don't have this, but I can sponsor you for 1 year for you to really be in this space and to be able to get these experiences and to be able to learn, and while also helping our communities as well. So just finding different ways of really partnering and coming together and supporting, because just like you've said, we can't do it alone. We need to come all of us together, because what's the goal? We all want the same goal. Yeah.
I like that. Just about to wind up, what legacy would you hope to build through your work at Africa?
I think, just like I said, and I'm not even trying to be modest.
No, go for it.
Just the fact that I touched someone's life. That's the only thing I want.
Yeah.
You've seen, I've not even seen like 300 people,
Yes,
even if
yes,
it's
yes.
one person
Right.
that I tried to do just my part. That's the only legacy I want. I don't even want it to be a legacy because I don't even want it to be out there. I want it to be in your heart. I want you to one day like sit and say, you know what, I really met this girl Stella and she was able to sit and do this, and I'm here because of this, and this is what I am preaching. That she showed me kindness, she showed me humanity, and you know, and because of like what she really gave to me, it is who I am today, and it has shifted how I look at things and how I look at people. So that's it. I don't even want to be publicized, you know, just that. But anyway, I'm not really also opposed to, if you want to put my picture here.
We will consider that.
Yeah, Ezekiel.
I will talk to the producer and find out.
Yeah, you'll talk to your people, and your people will talk to my people.
Absolutely. And last but definitely not least, what should we expect in the upcoming Co-Africa All Country Conference?
So we have an upcoming All Country Conference that will be held in June at the Kenya School of Government, Lower Kabete, from the 16th of June to the 20th. So we are going to bring all these partners and also volunteers and stakeholders, development partners from all from across Africa, because again, Co-Africa, we're about a Pan-Africanism. So where all our offices are, and even for Kenya, we'll also have days where we will also have like external participants as well. So what we expect is to really have thought-provoking discussions about community-led development, how we can sit and we can do it better. What are these avenues that we can really sit and involve the youth in changing Africa? Because our thing is Ubuntu in action, African youth transforming the continent. Conversations around this, what can we do better? What have we learned from what we have seen? How can we take that? And also having fun as well, exploring Kenya, getting to explore different connections with each other, getting to learn from one another, and really embracing the spirit of Pan-Africanism. So if you really want to learn more about what we want to do, you can reach out to us on all our social media platforms. We are on LinkedIn at Co-Africa. We have you can reach out to us also via Co-Africa Kenya as well. If you want to get that, you can also reach out to me on LinkedIn at Stella Kidera, just to be able to understand what we want to do, and also the different ways that you can be able to partner with us, because we have a lot of different ways that we'd like you to come and support us, and just for you to sit and to help us to bring this vision to life, and together to really hold the hands of the future of Africa, and also just to really take our continent where we want it to be.
Good stuff. Before I let you go, again, as we started, to your camera there, I want you to give your parting shots to the people who are watching, and just from your heart, why, because you've clearly talked so passionately about what you do as Co-Africa, what you do as Stella in Co-Africa, and just working with the youth and the communities as well. What would you like to share with them in 60 seconds, and then tutafunga ikazi?
All right, so my parting shot to you is that all of us need to come together for each other. That at the end of the day, we cannot walk this race of life alone. We need to hold each other's hands. We need to come together to do better for each other in whatever capacity that we can really be able to do. So I will just urge you, every single day when you wake up in the morning, strive to do something that is impactful to someone else, not only you. Strive to every single day to seek to do better, not only for you, but for other people. And also at the end of the day as well, give yourself grace. This is your first time doing this, and Jesus loves you.
Amen. And on that bombshell, allow me to say that it's been a pleasure hosting you, Stella. Thank you so much for taking time. Just joining us here. Stella is a conference coordinator at Co-Africa, and we've just been discussing, excuse me, volunteering with impact and youth purpose and possibility. And we've seen the possibility that is there in this continent, things that we can do just to make it better for ourselves. And I like the Ubuntu approach, because it's for us and by us. We are the ones who are really going to do these things. We're here every Monday on Icon Radio. Please feel free to share this, give us your comments, tell us what you think about the conversation. Stella has shared their socials as well.
At Co-Africa on all our social media platforms. We are on LinkedIn, we are on Instagram, we are on Facebook. You can go to our website at coafrica.org. You'll really, any single place you just Type in Africa, you will find us.
Utawapata.
Come, let's have a talk.
Yeah. And you can also talk to us on Icon Radio. I'm at Ezekiel Olande on all socials. We do it again next week on Monday, but from today, Asante Brayo, thank you so much at the back. And good night. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Why?